I am Tracy Carl.
I'm Marley Thackeray.
And we are the co-chairs of the Volunteer Recognition Awards. And we'd like to welcome you all and thank you for supporting our honorees. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, which are Swirl, Rotary Club, and Club Sandwich. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to echo Tracy to all of our award winners tonight. And to kick off the event, I'd like to introduce Jeff Williams, who's the chair of the board at the New Canaan Community Foundation.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Tracy and Marley. I really appreciate that. I've decided that you don't want to have your store immediately below the New Canaan Community Foundation's offices, or you wouldn't be asked to sponsor this event. So as they said, my name is Jeff Williams and I chair the New Canaan Community Foundation, the sponsor of this evening's Volunteer Recognition Awards presentation. And thank you for joining me at this evening, which is one of my favorite evenings in New Canaan, because volunteerism is the heartbeat of our town. There are those who serve in our town government and with our fire department and our first-class ambulance corps. There are adults who organize and lead all of our youth sports teams, as well as those who make up the many, many nonprofit organizations like the Rotary, the Beautification League, the Exchange Club, Town Players of New Canaan. These are just a small sample of the many places in town where volunteers provide energy, organization, and leadership. I am convinced that volunteerism is an important part of why our wonderful town is such a great place to live. Tonight, we will be honoring 14 individual or group volunteers who have been nominated by their friends and organization and will be recognized for their special efforts they make every day. And right now, I'll turn the podium over to Tucker Murphy, our town administrator, who will lead off this evening's proceedings by recognizing.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. I get the honor of presenting Silvana Cordova. Where are you, Silvana? Where are you? There you are. Okay. Silvana is also flanked with all these men in uniform, which is pretty exciting to see all of your fan club here. So, Silvana joined the New Canaan Fire Company in January 2023 and has progressed through firematic, executive leadership, and community engagement at a record pace. Silvana quickly entered rigorous, standardized statewide firefighter training programs, passing Firefighter 1, Firefighter 2, and earned full firefighter qualification within the department in just 7 months. While working through these programs, she responded to over 100 fire department calls, attended multiple parades, posted on their social media pages, designed company apparel, and supported nearly every fire company activity around the firehouse. According to her colleagues, Silvana has also done so much for the community, including organizing a blood drive, volunteering at the local food pantry, designing and selling fire company-themed breast cancer awareness shirts to the public in order to raise funds for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Most recently, in July of this year, only after 18 months in the company, Silvana was elected as vice president. She has excelled as a leader in this position while continuing to fulfill her duties as a firefighter, support community events, and continue her career as a nurse at Stanford Hospital. Silvana has been critical to the fire company's success over the past 2 years and will ensure a bright future for the company, our town, and the community for years to come. I'm thrilled to present the Rookie of the Year to Silvana Cordova.
Hello, my name is Maya Sapansky, and I have the honor of presenting Linda Wolfgruber the Hands-On MVP Award this year. Since 2018, Linda Wolfgruber has been an integral part of the New Canaan Mounted Troop, where she has brought her boundless energy, kindness, and expertise to support children and adults with special needs through the Therapeutic Horsemanship Program. Linda has been a resident of New Canaan for over 25 years, and these deep ties to the community make her service all the more impactful. From Sarah Tucker, President and CEO of the New Canaan Mounted Troop. Linda has over 20 years of experience in special education in the New Canaan Public Schools. She brings this expertise into each lesson, providing invaluable insight and personalized support for each writer. Linda is one of our most valuable and trusted sidewalkers, and her deep connection with the students makes her irreplaceable. She knows each student by name and has developed meaningful relationships with them, offering both emotional and physical support during their lessons. In short, she ensures that they are safe and they feel safe while riding. Linda is the first to respond whenever the New Canaan Mounted Troop is short on volunteers. She steps in without hesitation, going above and beyond in all areas of volunteerism. Her dedication and expertise make a profound difference in the lives of all the individuals she works with, ensuring they feel empowered and cared for in every session. Linda Wolfgruber's selfless service, compassion, and unwavering dedication make her the ideal recipient of the Hands-On MVP Volunteer Award. She truly embodies the values of community service, and her contributions have made a lasting difference in the lives of the participants of the New Canaan Mounted Troop and their families, and this award is well deserved. I am proud to present Linda Wolfgruber with the Hands-On MVP Volunteer Award.
Hi, I'm Jane Fox, and I'm here to give Adelaide Tuff the Youth MVP Award. Adelaide has been an incredible Open Doors volunteer, volunteering there for years. She's absolutely 100% a youth MVP, having devoted many hours to volunteering with Open Doors in Norwalk and as a student leader of the New Canaan Turkey Trot and Feeding 500. In 2023, she went above and beyond by launching an entirely new initiative in partnership with Open Doors called Fashion Forward. Adelaide wanted to ensure that teens from low-income households had the opportunity to shop for clothing that, in her own words, would express themselves, clothes that they feel good in and are comfortable in. For the past 2 years, Adelaide has done just that with Fashion Forward. She personally collected hundreds of items of clothing, shoes, and accessories to meet a wide range of styles and tastes, and worked with families in other towns as well to help spread the word and gather donations. Fashion Forward and Open Doors hosted multiple seasonal events in 2023 and 2024 at Open Doors Smilo Life Center in South Norwalk, with welcoming, fun shopping experiences for teens. Adelaide also worked with volunteers and Open Doors staff to curate a pop-up shop in a space separate from Open Doors' traditional community closet. Shoppers there are greeted with music, snacks, and welcome from Adelaide and dedicated personal shopper volunteers who are happy to help with whatever they need. Open Doors Community Closet tends to receive clothing donations more suited to adults or young children, and community closet appointments take place on weekday mornings when high school students are in class most of the year. With Fashion Forward, Adele created a free resource that means so much to teens and their families. As Open Doors commented, quote, "We are a better resource for our community because of Adelaide and her incredible work." During her summer internship with Open Doors, Adelaide laid out the full Fashion Forward calendar for 2024 and 2025, so there's still many more events ahead. Again, to quote Open Doors, Adelaide's leadership, thoughtfulness, dedication, creativity, and empathy have truly made her an MVP. Every town would be lucky to have a Fashion Forward and Adelaide. Adelaide, I have your award.
Hello. I am here to present the Community Impact Award to the Swap Shop volunteers. And I know there's a lot of you here.
The Planet New Canaan Swap Shop opened in 2022 with the goal being to direct usable household items out of the town's waste stream. At that time, Planet New Canaan was concerned that they wouldn't be able to get enough volunteers. But filling volunteer hours turned out not to be a problem, and the volunteers who have stepped forward have been absolutely amazing. For the most part, the core group of 20 volunteers have stayed with the swap shop since it opened and continue to impress everyone. They've built up a supportive community with each other and with members of the New Canaan community who use it. Volunteering at the swap shop isn't always easy and not overly glamorous. Every shift, the volunteers greet residents, organize shelves, go through inventory, break down boxes, take items to the trash dumpsters when necessary, and are constantly sweeping and cleaning down surfaces. The volunteers have become skilled stagers, giving each other tips on how to move items. There are periodic purges when the swap shop has to be cleaned out, and the volunteers are happy to come clean on days when they are closed, and typically on short notice. It is often during these purges that volunteers will load up their cars with items to bring to Goodwill or other places. It was never in the plan for swap shop volunteers to take on this role, but many volunteers have taken it upon themselves. They also have volunteers who have opened up space in their homes to store seasonal items. For example, 2 volunteers were storing Christmas items brought in during the year, which were then brought back to the swap shop after Halloween. Swap shop volunteers also work with outside organizations. A gentleman from Darien was given permission to swap at the swap shop as he delivers books and toys to the Covenant House in Stamford for children in need. Volunteers always help him when he arrives, looking for items and helping him organize and carrying items to the car. Another example is New Canaan's former animal control officer, Allison Hom, has been given permission to pick up items to take over to the Stamford, take it or leave it at their transfer station. In preparation for her visit, volunteers will go through the swap shop for items that have not moved but are in good condition for Allison to take, which allows room for new items. The volunteers are very committed to make sure good, reusable items do not end up in the municipal waste stream. It has been reported that about 800 pounds a week of waste have been diverted. The swap shop has become a bit of a community hub, and the volunteers have found themselves doing more than swap shop work. This has included reaching out to Human Services for a shopper who was being scammed, directing shoppers to community resources like putting flu clinic information flyers on the door, and just being there to listen to people. They have a lot of shoppers who just stop by for a friendly chat to brighten their day. Planet New Canaan and the town of New Canaan are so incredibly thankful to these volunteers, and the success of the swap shop could not have been possible without them. I am very proud to present the 2024 Outstanding Group Community Impact Award to the swap shop volunteers.
Good evening, I'm Bob Doran, and I'm here to give the Board Leadership MVP Award this evening. As a renowned architect and a dedicated volunteer with the New Canaan Museum and Historical Society, Mark Markevich has played a pivotal role in preserving and celebrating our town's rich cultural heritage. Over many years, he has served on the Board of Governors, including as president. He's been a docent for the Modern House Day Tour and delivered lectures on architectural legends like Eero Saarinen and the Bauhaus movement. He has also shared his artistic talent through exhibitions of his architectural drawings at the Gores Pavilion and by creating unique note cards featuring iconic New Canaan buildings sold in the museum's gift shop to raise funds. Mark's passion and expertise are unparalleled. As the museum's executive director, Nancy Geary, noted, his expertise and his enthusiasm are infectious, and his attention to meticulous detail has made every project he gets involved with even better. Most notably, Mark has been a powerful force behind the museum's new Jim Bach Special Collections Museum, scheduled to open in just a few weeks. His efforts include creating renderings, navigating historic review processes, crafting architectural and construction plans, meeting with surveyors and consulting with builders, all donated services. When I asked Mark what inspires him to volunteer, he said, Nancy Geary made me do it. No, what he actually said was, the New Canaan Museum and Historical Society is a wonderful and dynamic steward of the town's rich culture and legacy. For me, being involved with this organization is not a question of volunteering, but rather being engaged in projects that are fun, bring great satisfaction, and are important to our community. How many of us here tonight get to use our life's passion to give back, leave a legacy, and make the world a more beautiful place in a lasting way? For decades, Mark Markevich has done exactly that for New Canaan, and we're thrilled to honor him tonight with the Board Leadership MVP Award for his extraordinary contributions to the New Canaan Museum and Historical Society and our New Canaan community. Mark?
Good evening. I'm Robin Bates Mason, and I'm excited to be able to present this award, the hands-on MVP, to Ty Tan for her work with New Canaan Beautification League. Ty graduated from Cornell U with a Bachelor of Science degree in horticulture, is a master gardener, and earned her landscape design certificate from New York Botanical Garden. It's safe to say she is a talented gardener, and she has generously volunteered her knowledge and time to the town of New Canaan through New Canaan Beautification League. When Ty first joined New Canaan Beautification League, one of the first things she did was work with Faith Kirchhoff at Lee Garden, soil testing the entire garden and implementing a treatment plan for the azalea garden, which certainly contribute to the health and beauty of Lee Garden for the enjoyment of all New Canaan residents and visitors. Ty then went on to redesign the mailbox garden on Pine Street. She designed a pollinator garden which blooms from early spring until late fall, transforming the area into a beautiful oasis in the middle of town. Ty oversaw the planting by New Canaan Beautification League volunteers, as well as worked with New Canaan Department of Public Works to get the job done, and continues to maintain the garden. I'd also like to note that all the planting were plugs, which are smaller plants, as Ty wanted to reduce the amount of plastic used for the project. Ty took on New Canaan Beautification League's next big project, designing the new train station garden. It was imperative that the design be low maintenance and have 4 seasons of beauty. Ty rose to the challenge with a design that included over 1,000 plants, and she carefully positioned each one so that they all worked in concert with one another. This hillside garden features a blend of native plants and evergreens and is a joy to behold. Also, all plastic pots from this project were returned to the nursery for reuse, and there were a lot of pots. In addition to the projects, Ty has led the Holiday Wreath Workshop, where volunteers create wreaths that adorn Town Hall and throughout town. She also works on the Town Hall planners that are changed with the seasons. For several years, she has given a winter workshop for the benefit of all New Canaan Beautification League members and educational programs, which are open to the public. She also helps at Bristow Bird Sanctuary, most recently taking it upon herself to set up a pump and water the new plantings, including the Cam Hutchins garden, as she saw that everything desperately needed watering. Ty has given so much of her talent and time to the beautification of New Canaan, and we are all the beneficiaries. This award is very much deserved. Congratulations, Ty.
Good evening, I'm Alex Stewart, and I'm presenting to Ryan Bollinger. Since 1968, Person to Person has provided emergency assistance for basic needs and support for individuals and families as they move towards stability. It relies on an extensive network of volunteers to make its programs happen in their food pantries, mobile food delivery, clothing center, and receptionists. Volunteers help bring their programs and services to life for the thousands who rely on them each week. This year's Youth MVP Award recipient, Ryan Bollinger, has made a particular impact on the program's mobile food pantry service. Jerry Garone, Person to Person's Chief Community Operations Officer, said of Ryan, "When our organization decided to pilot our mobile food pantry service in Norwalk on Saturdays, it was Ryan who recruited and organized volunteers to help with the stocking and loading of the truck every other week. Getting teenagers to volunteer at 9 a.m. on a Saturday is a feat. Ryan made sure they were there. He was also responsible for organizing and promoting our annual coat and soup can drives to stock our clothing center and pantry. In addition, Ryan led his peers to help break down our popular toy giveaway when we distributed toys to nearly 4,000 children over the 2 years that I've known him. As a nonprofit, we are tremendously dependent on reliable, hardworking, and physically strong volunteers. Ryan is all that and more. Ryan always showed up, or he made arrangements for others to help if he couldn't be there. Out of respect for the work we do and the clients we serve, he made sure we had the help when he promised we would. During our initial meeting, I remember discussing how our clients show up to receive food and clothing assistance regardless of whether we have volunteers honoring their commitments. Ryan took that to heart and is never disappointed. I spoke to a jury recently about Ryan, and she emphasized how dedicated and serious he is about his commitment to person. He's been involved with the organization since his junior year, and now in his senior year, he's the volunteer liaison for SLOBs and person to person. And going above and beyond, Ryan has even recruited his replacement after he recognized the need for a succession plan for the next group of volunteers. Jury's work with student volunteers throughout Lower Fairfield County has given her a unique perspective. She considers Ryan one of this area's shining stars and is confident he will continue to lead his life with an altruistic mindset. It's my pleasure to present the Youth MVP Award to Ryan Bollinger.
Good evening. I'm Eloise Killefer, and I have been volunteering in New Canaan for a lot of years, and it's the most rewarding activity in the world. In fact, and I am here to present to Tom Davies the 2024 Hands-On Hall of Fame Award. Tom? Okay. There is no more rewarding activity for a community volunteer than to recognize another community volunteer for outstanding service. I'm delighted to do just that for Tom, who has been a volunteer at Lapham Center for 3 years and uncountable hours, focusing on bringing art in a multitude of forms to town residents as well as Lapham visitors. He has created more than 30 full-length videos and 20 short videos exploring and explaining the world of art. He has enriched these offerings by displaying much of his own extensive and priceless art collection at Lapham. During the COVID shutdown, Lapham created a YouTube channel to enrich, inform, and connect with their members. It quickly became apparent that Tom's subjects and vast collection, which began with a series of 14 lectures that shared Tom's passion for American art, exceeded the capacity of the existing PowerPoint format. Enter Nick Ranieri, a local video editor who helped expand it and thus put it to use to create beautiful videos that have reached thousands of people here and around the world. A succeeding series explores Hudson River School artists, and that in turn has led to the latest series on the U.S. West, fact and fiction, reality and myth. Tom is again working with Dick on videos on Orientalism, inspired by a book written by Tom's son. Tom's videos have helped Lapham's YouTube channel reach more than, wait for it, 100,000 viewers. We should all join them when we become winter weather shut-ins. I am pleased to add this footnote. I am a friend of Nick Ranieri. We are St. Mark's church mates. So I'm delighted that he can share in this recognition. Tom?
Thank you. Okay.
Here you go, Eloise.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me. There you go.
This is the secret weapon of this town. Yes, let me tell you. Without Nick, none of it would have happened. Absolutely.
Hi everyone, I'm Marley Thackeray, and I am so honored and completely humbled to present the award for Outstanding Group Community Heroes to the amazing group of volunteers at New Canaan EMS. New Canaan EMS was founded in 1975 with one ambulance and a few New Canaanites who wanted to provide emergency medical care free of charge to their neighbors. Fast forward to today, New Canaan EMS has 5 vehicles, 58 emergency medical technicians, and respond to calls every day of the week and every week of the year. In writing this speech, I learned a lot about the New Canaan volunteers at New Canaan EMS. They range in age from high school students to seniors and respond to more than 1,500 calls every year. Most EMTs are required to serve a 12-hour shift every week, and this includes 1 weekend per month. The EMS volunteers also manage all of the scheduling, ambulance maintenance, supplies, administration, and special event coverage above and beyond their shifts as caregivers. New Canaan EMTs not only serve as medical and ambulance assistants, but also teach hands-only CPR and AED classes. They instruct stop the bleed techniques to the teachers at our schools and visit the schools to teach the children about safety and about making healthy choices. All of this among many other community roles that they play. The mission of the EMTs can be difficult and, in some cases, life-changing. The volunteers respond to overdoses, car accidents, cardiac events, the beginning of lives and the ending of them. They have been supporting patients and families in the most challenging of times, providing professional and compassionate care in circumstances that they hope no one has to go through. As they embark on their 50th year of service next year in 2025, we celebrate and honor the members of New Canaan EMS who have been truly the embodiment of neighbors helping neighbors. Thank you so much for your service and your dedication to our community. Some of their members left for a call, so that's what they do. They're out there working right now. Yep, 24/7. So another round for them. Thank you.
Grace Baker is a young student at New Canaan High School with the drive, vision, and impact of a seasoned entrepreneur. In 2023, Grace reached out to Waveney Life Care Network to see if they were interested in partnering with her as she worked on setting up a new chapter of the Brain Exercise Initiative, which is a national nonprofit focused on preventing memory loss through brain exercise. Grace and her student team visit Waveney's memory care assisted living community using cognitive exercises to connect with residents. And as you can imagine, this program requires the gifts of kindness, patience, and above all, compassion. Stella Clark, Waveney's Executive Director of Community Engagement, said that residents and staff look forward to seeing Grace and appreciate her dedication and her kindness. In over 30 visits, she has gotten to know each resident, their likes, their sense of humor, and the lives they led before developing dementia. These friendships are especially comforting for a person with dementia and help provide a sense of connection, which is a very special gift. Grace wasn't asked to help with a project. She wasn't asked to spend countless hours of her time organizing cohorts of fellow students. She wasn't asked to make over 30 visits to Waveney to work with dementia patients. And she wasn't asked to start a new chapter of the Brain Exercise Initiative to facilitate this work. She identified a need, she took the initiative, she reached out, she did the hard work. Grace Baker is the type of person now in her young life that we should all want to be. Her inspiration and dedication make her the perfect winner of the Youth Initiative MVP Award for 2024. Grace.
Future 5 is a Stanford-based nonprofit whose mission is to successfully connect motivated, under-resourced students to the people and resources they need to achieve their educational, career, and life goals. At Future 5, over 100 volunteers, or coaches, as they are called, are core to this mission, and Jim Fox is a great example of the critical role the coaches play. After Jim's retirement in 2021, Jim was looking for something meaningful to focus some of his time. In his own words, he's the kind of guy who likes to dig in. Fortunately for Future 5 and the youth that it serves, Jim did just that and helped the organization in a myriad of ways. He has shared his life experiences as a coach as part of the Here to There workshops. He has shared his business experience in the job prep workshops, and he's worked as a one-to-one coach for the last 3 years. But somehow this was not quite enough for Jim, and he has now become the go-to coach in other areas as well. Examples of this work include working with a college graduate, to develop an itemized budget so that he could move to Hartford and live on his own while starting a career with United Healthcare. Jim immediately saw a pressing need for financial planning for the college and post-college students and began working on a program in order for Future 5 to be able to provide budgeting and financial workshops. Jim has also jumped in to help guide some students who don't have a college plan. In helping them towards non-college career options, Jim has done important field research, include visiting trade schools, connecting with people in the automotive and construction trades, attending an Army recruitment session with one student, and guiding others through the new State of Connecticut Career Connect portal. Jim has taken on a lead role in developing the Next Track program and is now the lead Next Track coach, helping members to connect to non-college pathways. Finally, if this wasn't all enough, he is now an official judge for the Doc Sonder Poetry Slam, and it is great pleasure that I present the hands-on MVP this year to Jim Fox.
I'm here to present the Youth Community Leadership Award to Leo Mikola Patel. Leo is a change maker. I first met him and his parents last August at a Rotary Club meeting where he was introduced by none other than Tiger Man. Tiger's appreciation of Leo was impressive, as is the work that Leo has done. This includes his identifying the condition of the old, forgotten cemeteries in and around New Canaan as a junior at New Canaan High School, when he brought attention and volunteers to address these neglected cemeteries throughout town, where, as he told us at Rotary, there are graves going back to the French and Indian War, not to mention the American Revolution and the Civil War. New Canaan High School Principal Egan said of Leo, his leadership in the enhancement and beautification of Lakeview Cemetery, a project that involves securing funds and support from the town and inspired 200 volunteers, is a testament to his ability to rally people for meaningful causes. Leo followed up that activism with another initiative in developing a proposal for an SAT enhancement program at the high school, where again, Principal Egan noted, it's a testament to his visionary mindset and commitment to academic excellence. To do this, Leo researched SAT prep programs and ways to fund them, and then put together a thorough proposal to the high school administration, which led to a meaningful improvement in how all students, regardless of their ability to pay, can benefit from test preparation at the highest level. Leo is also a guest blogger for the New Canaanite. He does all of this while maintaining an impressive GPA and participating in other extracurricular activities at the high school. Leo's blend of academic prowess, leadership, and civic responsibility really made him an ideal candidate for this Volunteer Youth Community Leadership Award. Leo?
Good evening. My name is Lauren Patterson. I serve as president and CEO of the New Canaan Community Foundation, and I am here tonight to present Megan Gould with the NCCF Award for Volunteering. Megan is a lifelong New Canaanite, growing up in town and now raising her own family here. She has established a reputation for being an exceptional doer, volunteering her time and talents for a wide variety of organizations in our community. Most mornings you can find her at the preschool classes at First Pres, where she is the music teacher, But not only does she have a beautiful singing voice and a degree in music from Bucknell, but she has a wide range of artistic talents, including photography. She's our photographer tonight. During COVID, Megan helped bring an important community building initiative to our town. In the early weeks of lockdown, which feels hopefully like ancient history now, but Megan was integral in the Front Door Steps project. At that time, she was putting herself out there and risking her own health in order to go door to door, taking photos, editing them, and capturing for families, hopefully, a happy moment in what were otherwise kind of confusing and darker times for our community. Her work was featured last year at the New Canaan Museum and Historical Society. Megan has also donated her time most generously to the Community Foundation as our official photographer. She's captured everything from our spring luncheons, our board headshots, our grant awards every June, our annual meeting, and for several years running now, she has also photographed the Volunteer Recognition Awards. In addition to teaching and photography, Megan has found time to serve as the PTC president of West School, where she played an instrumental role in building their outdoor learning center during COVID. She's also the most recent Lit Lunch co-chair for the New Canaan Library, and she serves on the board for New Canaan Youth Football. The Community Foundation is sincerely lucky to have a friend and ambassador like Megan. I personally love that she shows up everywhere with her camera and her bag slung over her shoulder. She was always coming from or going to another engagement or volunteer commitment, which says a lot about Megan. So thank you very much, and we're very pleased to present you with this award.
So I am here to present the Jim Cole Inspiration Award. This is an award presented by the New Canaan Community Foundation, excuse me, in memory of Jim Cole, who passed away in 2019 after dedicating many, many years of volunteer service to the town. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that New Canaan is a better and safer town because of Jim. He was a roll up your sleeves and get things done kind of guy. He volunteered for all the right reasons, to give back quietly with no need for acknowledgement. He was a true gentleman who greeted everyone with a warm smile and treated everyone with respect. Jim was an optimist who knew how to make everyone around him feel important and welcome with his kindness. His spirit, empathy, and passion for helping others are inspirational to us all. Barbara Johansson had all these qualities. Barbara passed away on September 29th of this year. She was extraordinarily humble and never one to speak of all of her contributions and accomplishments. After her funeral, many friends shared that they did not know of all the amazing things she had accomplished in her life. So Staying Put in New Canaan felt it was important to nominate her posthumously for her lifetime of volunteerism, selflessness, and most recently, her service to the senior population in New Canaan. Barbara actually volunteered right up to the end of her passing at the age of 89. She volunteered in the Staying Put office each and every Wednesday, staffing the phones and responding to inquiries, reaching out in her kind and caring way to those seniors dealing with loneliness and providing clerical assistance with mailings and other administrative tasks. Reliable and committed, willing and generous with her time and skills, Barbara was an excellent listener and a volunteer who made a difference in people's lives. Barbara was one of the founders of Staying Put, served on the board of directors and on the advisory committee, and has continuously supported the success of the organization and its mission. She was a constant source of support and wisdom. She sent thoughtful and encouraging emails and was Staying Put's biggest cheerleader. Barbara gently volunteered her experience and shared her knowledge, and she will be missed tremendously. Over her lifetime, Barbara went above and beyond and actively participated in the New Canaan community beyond Staying Put, including the New Canaan Newcomers Club, the first Waveney Advisory House Committee, the AAUW New Canaan Town Band, where she played the bass drum, the Nature Center, Scouting, Girls and Boys Baseball, St. Aloysius and St. Thomas More churches, and was a co-founder and board member of the Center for Hope in Darien. In fact, she received numerous awards from organizations like the AAUW and American Cancer Society. Barbara's volunteer impact also extended beyond New Canaan. Following her son Paul's death from cancer in 1979, Barbara founded the Breakthrough COPE, Change of Pace Experiences, a nonprofit organization offering programs for parents of children with cancer or catastrophic illnesses. In 1984, Barbara accepted a grant award on behalf of this organization from the then young New Canaan Community Foundation, and thereafter for many years. COPE successfully served hundreds of parents before merging with Paul Newman's Hole in the Wall Gang Camp in order to serve campers' parents. This parents program continues to this day. Barbara's volunteer, as someone who knew Barbara for over 50 years, I would describe her as warm, caring, resourceful, with boundless energy and a smile. She was a person who made things happen, and her efforts as a volunteer over the course of her lifetime, including right up to the end of her life, stand as a testament to volunteerism. Staying Put New Canaan is deeply grateful to Barbara Johansson, who had been a standout volunteer for our community and who made an exceptional impact on the organization, helping it to be a vital resource for New Canaan seniors. I am very honored to present the Jim Cole Inspiration Award to Barbara Johansson posthumously, and accepting the award is her daughter Kathleen Stagg.
Thank you so much, everyone. Congratulations to all of our award winners for tonight. Before we close, we have one more off-program award that we will be giving out tonight to my co-chair, Tracy Carl. See if I can get through this without that. You go sit. I'm not even sure where Tucker, Bob, and I can even begin to start with the presentation of a service award to my co-chair and our very dear friend. Tracy Carl is a woman who has inspired me, embraced me, and literally shocks me with the amount of things on her calendar and her to-do lists. Tracy, we are so excited to flip the tables and present you with a Volunteer Recognition Award. Tracy has been co-chairing the Volunteer Recognition Awards for 20 years today. 20 years of uplifting members of our community and shining light on unsung heroes and people doing amazing things as part of their everyday lives. I had the privilege of joining Tracy as a co-chair only a few years ago and got an immediate kindred spirit who loves hard copies, celebrations, and the place that she calls home, New Canaan. But the VRAs are just one of the so many things that Tracy gives her heart to. I'm going to turn it over to Tucker and then Bob as they share their gratitude and their memories with this truly amazing member of our community. But from my end, Tracy, I truly appreciate your bringing me into the fold of this special event and so many others in New Canaan. Thank you for the countless hours of work you do every year to bring our town and its people together. Love you.
For those of you that have worked with Tracy, you have no idea how hard it is to pull anything off on her. I mean, her face, she's completely blown away here, which I love. I have known Tracy for over 30 years and worked alongside of her for much of that time on all types of town events, but most importantly, I am so proud that I get to call her my very close and special friend. Tracy has been a dedicated and inspiring figure in the community, dedicating years of her life to supporting local causes, most often in capacity as treasurer. When Tracy manages the books, no one ever has to worry about a thing. I'm actually surprised that someone from the IRS hasn't come and tried to recruit her. She's that good. Her charitable efforts have had a lasting impact on numerous causes. When Tracy offers to lend a hand, you're getting the value of 10 other people. Tracy and I are now affectionately called T1 and T2, which became our tagline when we basically tossed the men aside who were trying to organize the Gridiron Show. We saw them struggle with menu choices, printing name tags, event registrations, centerpieces. One night we were sitting at the event, we were watching all of this, and we literally looked at each other and said, "We gotta take this over." And we did, and we became T1 and T2. The best part is we're both a little bit OCD, so when it comes to organizational skills, we're the perfect team. In all her endeavors, Tracy exemplifies dedication, compassion, and a genuine love of her community. Her contributions have enriched New Canaan in countless ways, and her legacy of service continues to inspire others to get involved and make a difference. Thank you, my dear friend. New Canaan loves you, and we love you very, very much.
Tracy Carl is one of those rare community leaders whose influence and guidance has touched just about every organization in New Canaan and therefore just about everybody. Tracy can always be found in the trenches, sleeves rolled up, doing the hard work. She creates momentum. For those of you who are, you'll be of a certain age, familiar with the expression, she goes at things hammer and tongs. She is someone you can always turn to for sage advice. Integrity, energy, and enthusiasm are hallmarks of her personality. One of Tracy's great gifts is getting people to coalesce around an idea and then driving them forward to success. Simply put, when Tracy Carl says jump, I say, we'll try that again. When Tracy Carl says jump, I say, actually, no, I don't even ask. I just jump as high as I can, as fast as I can. But then there's the fact that she's just plain fun to be around. There is a wry wit always lurking in the shadows, and occasionally those inner thoughts get said out loud. Tracy is positive, supportive, and uplifting. Even when we're doing the hard and grueling work, Tracy Carl makes me smile. She gives her heart and soul to New Canaan, and yet Tracy Carl never takes a bow. She is both accolade and camera shy, which makes me think she may be in the witness protection program. Anyway, it's high time for Tracy Carl, or whoever she really is, to step into the spotlight where we can all share with her our appreciation for all that she does. Tracy Carl is the heart of New Canaan.
Thank you again to everyone for supporting the volunteers and the volunteer awards tonight. We would like to thank everybody who submitted nominations. Without you, we would never get to know all of these amazing people and their accomplishments. Thank you also to all the awardees. Volunteerism is what connects people, and most organizations could not survive without them. We are happy to celebrate you and all of your selfless giving. Volunteering is not an easy thing for many people, but all of you today are the few of you that our committee chose as going above and beyond what most people do to give back. You are that added layer of the special glue that holds wonderful communities together, and you improve the many organizations and the people that they serve. We would also like to recognize Kim Harab, the NCCF, for her tireless work, and she's our great communicator, and she helped us pull all of this together. Where is she? There's Kim. And none of this would happen without our outstanding committee. It's a pleasure to work with all of you and all of your contributions to our discussions. Thank you, committee.